Good morning. I am Jack and this is Log Cabin Firewood. Today we are going to be building a little firewood rack for my basement. The ones that I have currently down there, I am going to end up bringing up here in the shed and stacking bundle wood on them, and I just want to make a bigger one for the basement. Stick around. So this is my messy basement and the current setup of how we heat the place. Now, we haven't done much down here since last season. We got the mess over here, but this right here is one of the reasons that I would really considering an outdoor wood boiler. I have to bring my firewood in here through the basement window into a chute, and once it hits the floor, it just makes a mess. But these are the two firewood racks here. You see I did a little contraption over here just so I could stack a little bit more on this left side, and I did some reinforcing over here. The material that I'm going to be using today, I should be able to make a one-piece wooden rack, and I will probably keep this one down here and put some kindling on it, and I'll take this one upstairs and we'll put the spare bundles on it. I am not a master carpenter. There's probably 1,000,001 different ways to make a firewood rack. This is just how I'm doing it. If you have a better design or a better way, leave it in the comments. Or if you have some suggestions on how you would have done it, let's talk about it. But let's go back upstairs. I'll show you what I'm working with, some of the tools you'll need, and how I plan on doing this. So these are some of the 3x3s I found. Borrowed my neighbor's table saw a few days ago, and I ripped these down in half. These boards were like 3 1/8, so it's not going to be like 1.5 inch 2x4. But I'll probably put the nice clean stuff on the outside, and really it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to end up painting this. But the boards are currently 64 inches long, or 5'4". I'm probably going to take them down to 5'3", just so that I can clean up some of these edges. They have been, they have been out in the weather a little bit. That way, if I take, a little bit off of these, just gives me a little more something to bite into with my screws. But here's some of the things you're going to need. You're going to need a drill with either a drill bit, or I like these. It's like a little countersinking tool. Not necessary, but I always like to pre-drill everything. It helps prevent splits. I've got my impact gun with my T25 on it. There's the square over there, because you want to have nice, clean cuts. Always use a square. I've got some deck screws. I like deck screws better than drywall screws, but if all you have is drywall screws, that'll work. It's not like this is going to be crazy. It's not going to be holding a bunch of weight. You're going to obviously need a circular saw, and most importantly, you need to have some safety glasses. You got to protect these two things. You only got 2 of them. If you mess one up, then you only got one. And if you mess both of them up, you're never going to be able to see again. So, safety glasses. Let's get started. All right, so now that we have our 6 pieces 5'3", these 2 will go on the bottom. And then I'll have 2 on each side here for my uprights. Now that we have our inside 6-inch blocks, we can grab our drills, and you're going to pick 4 of these that are the better ones. This one doesn't look bad. We're going to go through and put some pre-drill a couple holes here with a little countersink. Everything's pre-drilled. We are ready to, big word here, affix the 6-inch pieces. There's really no easy way to do this, but I'm just going to try it this way. Since I have some holes pre-drilled, it should go in rather easy. And once I get this in here, I can just put my hand against this block And there we go. And I will do that on both sides. So now we have our two basic rectangles made. These will be the two ends. I'm just going to set these over here for a second. I'm going to put a 16-inch foot on the bottom of this. Well, we had a little mishap with some storage space on the phone that's recording this. So it stopped recording on me. But what I did was I took the 16-inch pieces and I attached them to the bottom of this. This will be the bottom of the stand, and a 16-inch piece will just give this a little stability. What we are going to do next is I'm just going to set this up here and cheat a little bit. I might have to move the camera or come at an angle a little bit more here. And I'm going to attach this here. This obviously will go on the other end. I'm just using this for some support right now. Miss Veda is helping me. What do you got, little girl? She says, I got a piece of wood, Dad. This isn't treated stuff, so it's not going to hurt her. So again, like everything, not necessary, but I like to do it. Just going to pre-drill this side. And be cognizant of where you place your other screws in here for this piece here. You don't really want to screw the other, or pre-drill where the other screws are. So I'll just offset them a little bit. But I am going to put 4 in here. And then once we get it together, I will also come in from underneath and put 2 in there, and that'll just help strengthen this thing up a touch. Oh, and figures. That one's right on the other screw. Poor planning. Should be able to miss it. Nope. There we go. Tell you what I can do. Let's improvise. Thing about wooden sawhorses is that you can always make them bigger. Move you out a little bit so you can see. I'll put you over here. I'll put you over here. Bam. Now I have a nice square working surface to support the entire little thing that we're building. Again, be mindful of where your screw placement was. I think I just hit one. There we go, I missed that one. What's up, Mr. Gary, Miss Veda? It's a beautiful day here today. It's in the 50s. It's rather pleasant out right now. So now we will just flip this thing over and do the same thing on this backside. Now I guess I'll crawl out of here since I trapped myself in. Ugh. this side here squared up, lined up, and screwed up. So this is it. This is going to be the new firewood rack in the basement. However, I'm going to do some modifications right now because I don't like it already. I'm probably going to do one more foot and put it in the center of this just to add some stability here. And this here, I don't like this flex at all. So I'm going to use some plywood and make some braces for here. So how these will work is I'm going to affix these right here on all four corners. But as you can see, there's a gap right here. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces about 6 inches roughly, screw them on here, then we can attach those and it should straighten this thing right up. Hey, what's going on? Figured I'd bring you guys down here with me so you can actually see what's going on. So we put these 6-inch blocks on above our cross piece. We still have to make the other 18-inch piece for the center. But all we're doing is attaching this right here. We'll use this nice square edge, put this on the bottom, and then we will also square this outside piece up too and make everything nice and tight. Looks like this has to come back. So we'll get this square with the bottom and then we'll pull this back and screw it. That way everything stays nice and square. We have a new little firewood rack that will go in the basement, and I can take one of the other ones and move it upstairs and put it out in the new shed for bundles. Again, I'm not a master carpenter. This was just utilizing some spare scrap stuff that I had laying around the house. Just showing you that you don't always have to go on Amazon and buy stuff. You can make stuff with anything if you put your mind to it. I may end up putting some paint on this, but it's not going to happen today. Right now I'm actually getting ready for the live stream in a couple hours. Hopefully you guys checked that out. Hopefully everything went well. Well, there we have it. The new Firewood Rack. This was 7 wheelbarrows. So it holds a little bit of wood. This one over here, it's a full face cord, but I normally stack it up higher than the window. So I can normally put 10 to 12 wheelbarrows here. But it just goes to show that you can utilize just some junk materials at your house rather than always going on Amazon and buying something. Would the one on Amazon be prettier or more aesthetically pleasing? Sure. But this serves its purpose, and maybe next season we'll empty her out and put some paint on her. But that will be everything for today. Thank you guys so much. I hope you had an awesome Turkey Day, and we'll see you back here next Saturday, 6:30 a.m. Take care of each other.